Welcome back. People of all ages across Western Mass took to the courts in a 3v3 basketball tournament, but the hoop wasn't their only aim. Yesterday marked the 4th annual Magic for Maddie basketball tournament, raining $50,000 for pediatric cancer research and local family support. Magic for Maddie was created during the summer of 2022 in hopes of raising money for Maddie Schmidt, who was fighting a 10-month battle against brain cancer. Unfortunately, Maddie lost her battle to cancer, but her legacy continues to live on.
So when Maddie passed away, a group from the school pulled together and really wanted to try to find something that would be a lasting event. You know, people's lives often get in the way and some of these things tend to fizzle out. And what's been really incredible is that's not the case here at all.
Tournament director Joe Westcott explains they want to bring support to families going through the same thing and awareness into this type of cancer called diffuse midline glycomas. The average survival rate for this diagnosis is less than 1%, and on average, most only survive for 11 months once diagnosed. These basketball tournaments not only honor Maddie's life, but strive to build a future where people have a chance of beating this devastating disease.
Yeah, so at the foundation of this tournament, the funding goes to support the Maddie Schmidt Memorial Scholarship, which is given to a Hampshire Regional High School graduating senior. But then if you take it one step further than that, the larger mission for Magic for Maddie is to continue to support local families who are going through this same fight, as well as continue to build awareness and ultimately advocate for support so that we can try to work towards a cure.
The tournament began on Friday afternoon with around 140 teams ranging from first grade teams all the way to adults. And today is the last day of the tournament with tip-off starting at 9 a.m. and running until 2 this afternoon. All games being played at Norris School in Southampton, featuring double elimination brackets, prizes for winners, and Best Spirit of Maddie Team Award.